Ladies, thank you for joining me today to have a discussion for the SMWC Insider. It is so wonderful to have you with us. And as class officers, senior class officers and junior class officers, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about one of our most beloved traditions at St. Mary the Woods College. I know it's near and dear to your hearts, Ring Day. Yes, Ring Day is just around the corner. We are going to be celebrating it on Saturday, March 20th. And of course, ladies, you celebrated it this fall. So before we get into Ring Day, Izzy, I want to talk to you about being a class officer. You serve as a senior class officer, but I had the pleasure of working with you as a junior class officer. What motivated you to run for an officer position?
Specifically here on campus, you see all different types of displays of leadership, and you would just honestly, the role models that came before us that were class officers, we looked up to. And I just wanted to play a part in carrying on that tradition and just taking on that role and just trying to live up to those shoes that we had to fill. I honestly, that was the motivation that kept me going, was just the want and desire to be a part of all the leadership displayed.
Wonderful. And Dallis, you have the pleasure of serving as the junior class president. So it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when you're a nursing major, and that's twice as much work as well.
Right.
But
what are maybe some highlights or challenges that you have experienced this year?
Some challenges have been like Big Little Week, like putting that on.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're in good company.
Dealing with having clinicals like the days of Big Little Week, because you have to stay up late, and clinicals are early, like 5 a.m. And then also like Ring Day, just making sure all of our schedules meet up, because finding a time where all of us can meet to make sure that everything's on track is kind of difficult at the same time.
Right. Emma, any highlights from your experience last year as junior class president?
As stressful as Big Little Week was, it was amazing to see all of it come together at the end, where they got to come down the marble stairs and do their reveals, and it was just really cute. And like being able to reveal to my little, when she had no idea that it was me, was really cool and special.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Autumn, you have a very unique situation as a junior class officer this year. Why don't you tell everybody what you're doing that is maybe a little bit different than what others experienced?
Yeah, so once we came back from winter break to start second semester, I ended up taking over the position of treasurer. I'm the junior class secretary, but I also took on the role of treasurer, so I'm kind of doing both roles right now, so kind of juggling both of those.
Yeah, that's nice. It might be both a highlight and a challenge.
Yes.
For the year. That was, a year filled with challenges, certainly. So, who would like to talk about when you first learned about the Woods Ring?
I first learned about the Woods Ring when my sister went on her campus tour back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
She played on the basketball team here, and so being able to watch her grow and get her Woods Ring and then be a legacy student and have her give me my ring was something really special to me.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any awareness of the Woods Ring prior to?
So whenever I was little, so my aunt is actually an alum, and it's kind of interesting. So the stone of her original Woods Ring fell out, and so obviously there's the warranty that you have, you can always get one repair. And so she actually kept that stone, got a whole new ring, and got it formed into a necklace.
Yes.
So growing up, I always recognized this black stone that she had on her necklace, but I never knew what it was. And then not even realizing, whenever I visited the woods and I saw the poster of all the rings, and I saw it, and it was like deja vu. I was like, I've seen this before, but I don't know where. And then me and her talked, and then I talked to some of my peers here my freshman year, and it all just came together, and the Woods Ring just had so much more meaning behind that, and a little bit of comical relief behind my aunt's story with that.
Nice. I like that. So I think one of the things that we talk about a lot, as I'm an alum, and I've gone through Ring Day, super special day, but one of the things that we talk about so much is connection. What does the woods ring mean to you, Autumn?
Yeah, I definitely think that meaning of connection is really appropriate for that. I just think that it's a way to kind of bridge like your journey as a student to everyone that's come before you. So it's just really meaningful to, you know, all of that like hard work you're putting in as a student, and then you get there and then you're like, it's time for me to like finally get like my ring, and then, you know, like be a leader, like Izzy was talking about earlier, for like the underclassmen, and then something that they can look forward to. You know, it's just like carrying on that legacy, and I think that it's really meaningful, so I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. Well, you touched on an important point that for those of you who have gone through the ring ceremony with me, you know I make this point repeatedly, but that that it is not just a connection with your classmates and alums, but it is a symbol of academic success. Does that resonate with any of you when you think about the ring?
I mean, yeah, at least for me, because I myself am not a legacy student, like,
Right.
so I don't like have that connection to the woods already. So having it as academic excellence and success really hits home for me, because I strive to do my best. I'm just like that person that has to be like perfect in everything they do.
Oh.
So getting that accomplishment is really nice, especially while tying me back to the woods now as the only person to go here through my
Right.
family.
The only person yet.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yes. So, did any of you have a role with Ring Day prior to your ceremony in the fall or your ceremony this spring?
Yes. So my freshman and sophomore year, I actually got the opportunity to serve as an usher.
Yes.
And given that, you know, I'd never seen a ring ceremony, never got to see that process, it was honestly so enlightening just to see. And you see the emotion not only in the students but in the families. You see, you know, the tears flooding their eyes of just like proudness and how much they're just happy to see their son or daughter just to go through this and know how much it means to them, and therefore, you know, it's just that feeling of just pride. That's my kid up there, that type of thing.
Very good.
I was able to serve alongside Izzy as an usher for both my freshman and sophomore year, and I do have to say it was probably just so cool because I'd never been to a ring day until my sister's ring day, and so it was both special that she got to get her ring and I got to experience my first ring day, and it made me fall in love with the woods even more.
Nice.
I was also an usher during Emma and Izzy's ceremony, and it was just really nice and cool because I've never seen one before. Like, before coming here, I didn't even know what it was.
Great.
So it was really a wonderful experience.
Very good. Very good. Well, Emma and Izzy, I'm going to turn to you specifically, and I'm hoping that you can share your experience with Ring Day, because yours was far from, hate to use the word normal, but it was really far from normal. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened in order to get us to a September 2020?
Well, we were supposed to have ring day on March 21st of 2020. And if anyone is aware, there was a global pandemic, which I'm going to call COVID-19. And that postponed our ring day to the summer, and then things were not better in the summer like we had hoped. So we were able to have a socially distanced gathering in September outside in front of the fair. It was beautiful, the weather was perfect, and all of, you know, our students were still able to come, enjoy their ring day, sing the Woods Ring song. That was one big thing that I wanted so bad, was just us to sing the ring song.
And how did we sing the ring song?
We had a choir voiceover, but then we were all able to sing it from our seats.
All managed appropriately with masks on, and it would have. It's a hard song. It can be a challenging song to sing. So having that track behind you, I think it helped a little bit. So, when you think about what your ceremony was, do you feel that there was anything that was lost in it?
To be honest, I don't think that anything was lost. I look at it as more as there was more gained than anything. we had more of an appreciation that we were even able to have this ceremony.
Right.
You know, once COVID hit, and it's crazy how it all spiraled out. You know, one minute us class officers were meeting, picking out the readings, and then the next week we were told, nope, you're gonna hold off.
We're gonna put a pin in that.
Yeah, and so it was just crazy to see it all spiral out, but we just kept working towards the determination that we had of we want this to happen. And it also helped with like faculty and staff like you that ensured like we need to make this happen for this class. And so if anything, I feel like we have a deeper appreciation just for all the work that goes into it, and it just helped us have more meaning behind it and just more of an appreciation.
Right, absolutely. So we had a fall ceremony. We all came back to school. We know that the campus program has been in person, and I have been working with Dallis and Autumn and Tavia, their fellow officer, in hopes that we would have maybe a return to normalcy. That did not happen. COVID-19 is still very much part of our daily lives, of course, and would you like to share with everyone what your ceremony is going to look like in the midst of COVID-19?
Okay, so yeah, there's going to be 2 ceremonies this year to help distribute like people evenly and make sure we social distance and have the right numbers. And so we obviously aren't allowed to have it in the church again. So we're working on deciding whether it's going to be outside or in the gym, and it's all just weather permitting. And as of this point, it's not looking too good, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
The snowflakes on the 19th is not looking good for the 20th.
It's okay.
Right.
And then we're also not allowing co-presenters, which some people will find a big letdown, but it's just how it has to be so that we can have ring day.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say, other than that though, a lot of the like fundamental things still get to stay the same, which I think is really nice. Like we still get to have the ceremony, we still get to have, you know, everything within the program that we would normally get to, and you know, everyone's still, like, we all get to participate still, so I think that that's definitely, like, the essence of it is still very much there.
Yes. I'm happy to hear you say that. But you know, we were able to get some additional recordings. We had 2 faculty members were allowed into the church last fall to record the Woods Wedding March on the organ, and it was recorded in the church. So we used that in September for the processional, and we will again use that for this event. So we've really tried to incorporate as much as possible from what has traditionally been in those ceremonies into these ceremonies. So it sounds like you don't feel that there's a great sense of loss.
No, I don't really think there is. I mean, like Izzy and them, we get to really truly appreciate the whole meaning behind ring day, not just the location or what's happening during it, like the members associated with it.
And I think we're going to have great stories to tell in 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, we're the classes that had our ring days in the midst of a global pandemic.
Absolutely. That's the best way that you can look at it. It's not bad to be different and to be unique as long as we keep the thread of tradition going forward, right? So, well, we all wish you and your classmates a lot of luck, happiness, and joy on Saturday the 20th. I know you're the 1 o'clock ceremony, and then we have our Woods Online and graduate students participating at 4 o'clock. So it's going to be a big day, and we'll make sure that we stream it and it is available for everyone to be watching at a distance. So thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for everything that you have done for your classes, for Ring Day, and for St. Mary the Woods College.
Thank you.
Thank you.